Hey guys, this is Saurfang. Season 2 is almost here. I have tested all tanks in PTR. So today I'm gonna ranking tanks based on how they perform in high mythic plus, raid, survivability, utility, and overall value. This is my personal opinion based on PTR testing and current tuning. So if you disagree, let me know in comments. Recently, we got new buff and nerfs, so let's talk about Blood Decay first. Blood Decay received a slightly nerf around for 5%, but I believe it's still the best tank for Mythic Plus and Raid. In my opinion, these changes don't significantly affect Blood Decay overall performance. So the main adjustment was the rank to Apex talent. Previously, in Season 1, it increased your damage by 6% per weapon, and you take 4% less damage per weapon. But now it grants you 6% increased damage per weapon and 6% damage taken per weapon, which is really big changes, and it makes Blood Decay super strong. On top of that, Bloodshot also received an additional 4% damage reduction. That's why I will put Blood Decay in S tier. Then we have um, hero talents. You can play both hero talents, but for pushing high keys, I would recommend to play a Sun Lane. It's the best choice, and you have to play with high haste and mastery. So we have after that we have Guardian. Uh, Guardian got 8% damage increase, and the Druid of the Cloud hero talent is very strong and tanky, same level I would say as Blood Decay, or some dungeons uh, better than Blood Decay, I would say. But AoE is fine. Single target is really bad, and damage-wise, Blood Decay has way more damage in overall, around 50-60% more, which makes Blood Decay S tier. And yeah, no reason to play Guardian since Boom Druid got huge buffs, and it potentially one of the best range DPS after Arcane in Mythic Plus, and brings Mark of Wiles buff. So um, it might be get some buffs again because Guardian Druid has really low damage, single target damage, even after this damage buff. But yeah, I will put it in A plus, just because of the tankiness. Um, we have Protection Paladin. Protection got big changes defensive and damage wise on season 2, and it was at the beginning it was a meta on PTR, but they nerfed Lightsmith hero talent, which was big damage nerf, and now Paladin has lower damage compared to Blood Decay. It's very tanky on cooldown, but unfortunately, Paladin tank has low cooldown of time, and it makes it a bit squishy. Sometimes you get literally one shot. I don't know how, but yeah. I would say in overall it's fine. You can play with Protection Paladin high keys, but yeah, you have to be careful. And yeah, you have tons of utilities in Mythic Plus. Plus, you can um, you have dispel. You can dispel poison and disease. That's very helpful on Mythic Plus in season 2. And yeah, it might be meta tank at the end of the seasons, I would say. After some changes, who knows? I'm gonna put it in A plus before the Guardian Druid. It's higher than Guardian Druid. And we have Vengeance Demon Hunter. Vengeance has very good damage near to Blood Decay, but after the changes, the survivability is gonna be a bit inconsistent because cooldowns are so RNG as Annihilator, and Aldrachi has a bit less RNG, but damage wise is really bad. It's one of the worst. But yeah, Vengeance has also potential to be meta if they give it more defensive buffs. If they give it more defensive buffs, it's gonna be meta tank because it brings raid buffs for magical calm. So I will put it after the Paladin. It's definitely better than Guardian Druid damage-wise, but yeah, defensive Guardian is much better. And we have Warrior. Warrior got 6% buff in buff damage, but it doesn't change anything for Protection Warrior. It's fine, especially in raid. It's really good. It's pretty strong in raid, but I would say um, it has very good CCs like AoE Silence, AoE Stance, Fear, Raid Buff, Shout. Yeah, you have to forget Shout in Mythic Plus. This is every 3 minutes. Yeah, at the moment we are playing Colossus with since they buffed Revenge a lot. We have to play Colossus with Revenge talent, but the problem with Colossus is raid generation, and if you play Colossus with Revenge buff talent, then you don't have bleed damage buff, which nerf our healing as well. And as I said, using Revenge required to spend rage, and if you are spending your rage for Revenge, then you don't have enough rage for Ignore Pain and Blood Shield. That's really bad, and I'm really sad because I really like Protection Warrior. So you have to decide between doing damage or living, and for high keys, we need to survive first. And damage is also important, but as a Protection Warrior, we cannot have both at the same time. Also, we have a lot of magical debuffs next season, poisons, bleeds, and yeah, disease. So warrior suffers in magical damage they can, and yeah, that's why I will put protection warrior in A tier. It's fine. You can play with protection warrior, but yeah, yeah, it is what it is. And the reason is I put it in A tier because we have arms warrior, and arms warrior is one of the meta specs. So uh, warrior tank should be in A. Then we have Brewmaster. Sadly, Brewmaster is the worst tank at the moment, in my opinion, since they nerfed Celestial and they increased the cooldown of the Celestial from 1 minute to 1.5. I would say it does very good single target damage, but AoE damage and damage buff is pretty bad for Mythic Plus. And it was meta tank in season one, beginning of season one, so I'm sure it's not gonna be meta again for sure. But yeah, it might be changed later. Um, yeah, and let's talk about. I will put it on playable, I would say, because or yeah, I will put it here. I mean, I will put it here to after warrior. And for raid, raid tier list, I will put Blood Decay in S tier because we don't care about raid buff in raid. So Blood Decay has AMZ, creep, cheat test, and self healing. And then after that, I will put Protection Warrior in A because Protection Warrior doesn't take much physical damage and is really strong against the physical damage. Plus, there's a cheat test, as a shout. And after that, I would say Brewmaster Monk. I will put it here because of the stagger, you're not gonna get one shot as Brewmaster, and you have a lot of mobilities. Uh, yeah, and you have very good single target damage. And after that, I will put Vengeance Demon Hunter to A plus as well. I would say between A plus and A, but yeah, let's give it some love. And then Protection Warrior, Paladin, sorry, and Guardian. I put them in A because Protection Paladin, as I said, it has really a low cooldown up time, and sometimes you really get one shot somehow in raiding in the tank busters or melees. You get literally one shot. That's why I put it in A tier. And Guardian Droid, the last tank for the raid tier list because it doesn't do much single target damage, and yeah, we don't need Mark of the Wild in the raid, so Yeah, that was the raid tier list. That was my tank tier list for season 2 midnight according to PTR. Yeah, Blizzard can make changes before or during the season, so the ranking might be changed over time. If you enjoyed the video and found it helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more WoW contents, guides, Mythic Plus, and tier lists. I will make more tank guides for season 2 very soon. If you subscribe and join my Discord, you can have my UI and tank buster reminders for free. Also, if you need coaching, you can open a ticket in my Discord and I will answer you as soon as possible. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.